The women's tag team titles just received some more horrible news as usual, so we'll see what the latest is there. We'll also check out a handful of important topics with Roman Reigns, Bray Wyatt, and more. Let's start things off with another heartbreaking and unfortunate story surrounding the women's tag team titles. TMZ broke the story earlier this week that Sonya Deville had suffered a torn ACL during her Smackdown tag team match against Bianca Belair and Charlotte Flair. A torn ACL is a very common injury in any physical sport, and basically includes the destruction of your knee. Some torn ACLs are worse than others, but it's still a very serious injury on any level, and can take anywhere from 6 to 9 months to fully recover from. So, Sonya Deville is instantly ruled out of action until at least mid-2024 at the earliest. And the big topic of conversation that keeps coming up from the fans, and the big question that they're asking, is if the WWE Women's Tag Team titles are legitimately cursed. The Women's Tag Team titles have been neglected and in the background of everything else going on in the company pretty much ever since its inception. The last time that the titles felt like they had any meaning and purpose to them was definitely Sasha and Bayley's reign with their titles back in 2020. And it's not a knock to any pair of the tag team champions that came after that, but it's just common knowledge that the titles just never received the right booking or care. So it's not any talent's fault. But ever since 2022, the women's tag team titles have felt cursed to the max. It's of course starting off with Sasha Banks and Naomi winning the tag team titles. They were supposed to be the saviors of the division and titles, but due to some disputes with the company, they ended up walking out, and WWE loses 2 top stars over those titles. Then the titles get vacated for an eternity before WWE brought them back in a tournament that Raquel and Aaliyah won. And ever since then, it's been forgettable reign after forgettable reign, with the titles constantly changing hands in the blink of an eye. And not only that, but previous women's tag team champions have all gone through either a breakup, suffered massive injuries, or other miscellaneous misfortune. And now history has once again repeated itself, with Sonya Deville's torn ACL during her first match as a defending tag team champion. A lot of fans are calling for WWE to outright retire the titles, and instead have a mid-card intercontinental championship for the women's division to take that spot instead. The women's tag team titles gets passed around every few days. There's barely a tag team division in place to begin with. The titles are surrounded with so much bad luck. Fans just feel like WWE won't be losing much if they were to scrap the titles altogether. But it looks like the future of the women's tag team titles has been revealed, and it'll be a new storyline for Chelsea Green. Despite confirming Sonya's injury, WWE didn't immediately announce that Sonya and Chelsea were getting stripped of the titles. This is because Chelsea Green will apparently now go on a hunt for a new tag team partner. Chelsea took to her social media platforms to announce that she was accepting applications from anyone who wanted to be her tag team partner. And Chelsea even posted a picture holding both women's tag team titles. So it's looking like whoever Chelsea Green picks up to be her partner could have a chance of instantly being awarded a championship. So that seems to be the immediate future plans for the women's tag team titles. Chelsea Green has a chance to continue her title reign with a new partner of her choosing. So that could either be a good return spot for someone or a good platform for someone who deserves some more spotlight on them. After 6 months of no positive news, there's finally some good news being reported on Bray Wyatt's status. Bray went down with an illness back in February and completely disappeared off the face of the earth while in the middle of a WrestleMania program with Bobby Lashley. And ever since Bray's disappearance earlier in the year, there's been no update on his status besides the fact that he was medically uncleared to compete with his illness. Then recently, before Summerslam, it was being reported that WWE was allegedly being super careful with Bray Wyatt in order to protect his health more down the line. But the brand new update comes from Fightful, and it's finally some good news. They report that Bray Wyatt is closer to receiving medical clearance to compete in WWE. The report claims that he's still not actively cleared, but that creative ideas are already allegedly being presented for Bray Wyatt's return. They also said that one of the creative ideas pitched for Bray Wyatt was even set for September, but obviously that's no solid indication if Bray will be back by then or not. Although nothing about his return appears to be set in stone, it's definitely a good sign to hear that creative pitches for September are at least being made for Bray Wyatt. That itself could be a good sign that we'll most likely see his return to WWE, hopefully before the end of 2023. Now let's get into a handful of topics involving Roman Reigns, starting off with the latest injury update for him. Roman reportedly missed the Summerslam press conference because of his injury, and there was just a lot of concern there surrounding that mysterious injury. Well, reports claim that the injury will not be stopping Roman Reigns from making his previously scheduled WWE appearances. So everything should still be going according to plan there for Roman Reigns. Another big report recently that came out was regarding Roman dropping the Undisputed Universal title. When could we expect that to take place? Well, reports are claiming that WWE never seriously considered Jey Uso to be the one that dethrones Roman Reigns. So that was never on the table. And the report also claims that due to his status in the company, how historic this reign is, and how much creative say he has, they said that the title will be dropped pretty much whenever Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman feel like it. So that has fans wondering if we could start seriously having the conversation of Roman Reigns potentially surpassing Bruno Sammartino's title reign of 2,803 days soon. That may still be ways ahead, but one thing that just looks locked in is that Roman Reigns will still be champion at least until WrestleMania 40. That's the nearest scariest situation for the end of Roman's title reign. So he could be cruising smoothly over these next few months as champion, and WrestleMania season is when things will definitely start to get interesting again for him. In other Roman Reigns related news, fans are wondering if WWE is lightly teasing some big potential opponents for Roman down the line. In a TikTok posted by Roman Reigns' official account, he could be seen getting ready backstage at Summerslam for his match. And in the background of Roman Reigns getting ready, you can hear Seth Rollins' music and the crowd singing in the background because the video was taken during Seth's entrance. So fans are lightly discussing how cool it would be if these videos turn out to be some great foreshadowing for Roman and Seth's next meeting in the ring. And the other mysterious teaser comes from Corey Graves on commentary at SummerSlam. Corey dropped a line about how it seemed like Roman was reminding Jey that his arms aren't long enough to box with God. This was the exact quote from CM Punk to The Rock back before their match at Royal Rumble 2013. Some fans are also wondering if Corey's reference there could be a big hint at maybe The Rock's return way down the line. So there seems to be a lot to look forward to with Roman Reigns' title reign. But what are your thoughts on today's stories? Leave your comments below. Don't forget to subscribe with all notifications on and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.